Good afternoon, dear students. In the last presentations about isotope tracer technique, we discussed about what is radioactivity, what are the units of radioactivity, okay, and how radioisotopes are measured, okay, and how radioisotopes are measured by using a Geiger-Müller counter, by using scintillation counters like solid scintillation counter, liquid scintillation counter. What are the advantages and disadvantages of Geiger-Müller counter, scintillation counter, that also we have discussed. Now let us today discuss about measurement of stable isotopes. Okay. Now, why do we feel a need of using stable isotopes in biology? See, since radioactivity is a magnitude which can be so easily measured, or radioactivity is a magnitude so easily measurable, use of radioisotopes in biology has gained an upper hand over stable isotopes. Okay, so even today, use of radioisotopes in biology has an upper hand. Okay. However, there are certain isotopes whose half-life is very, very less. They are rather unstable. The studies involving such unstable radioisotopes, or those radioisotopes which are very less half-life, like nitrogen, oxygen. Okay, but we need to use isotopes of oxygen and nitrogen, and but they have very short half-life. Okay, so the studies involving oxygen and nitrogen have to use stable isotopes of these elements rather than radioactive ones. Okay, so certain elements which are of use in biology, whose isotopes are of use in biology, but have a very short half life and are unstable. In that case, we have to use the stable isotopes of these elements, like using the stable isotopes of oxygen and nitrogen. Okay, now the measurement of stable isotope is a more cumbersome process than radioactive isotope. Okay, measuring stable isotope is more cumbersome than radioisotopes. It can nevertheless be performed with a very high efficiency. Okay, but we can measure them. Now, the property of the isotopes having different atomic masses, because they have different number of neutrons, is utilized in the measurement of stable isotopes. So how are we going to measure the stable isotopes? The technique most commonly used for measurement of stable isotopes is mass spectrometry. Okay, so today we are going to study measurement of stable isotopes by mass spectrometry. Okay, and what property is used to measure the stable isotopes by mass spectrometry? That they have different atomic masses because they have different number of neutrons. Okay, isotopes have different atomic masses because they have different number of neutrons. This property we will be using in their measurement. Okay, now measurement of stable isotopes by mass spectrometry. Okay, understand the steps. What is the mechanism? Mass spectrometry involves ionization of parent molecule to give parent molecular ion, and excuse me, fragmentation of these parent molecular ions to give fragment ions. This is achieved by bombarding the sample with electrons. That means your the parent molecule or the sample is bombarded with electrons. Because of that, the parent molecule is converted into parent molecular ion, followed by its fragmentation to give fragment ions. Okay. All the ions produced have a positive charge. When these ions possessing certain amount of kinetic energy are subjected to a magnetic field, they will be deflected to different degrees depending upon their mass to charge ratio. Okay, mass to charge, that is m by e values. This is the basis of separation by mass spectrometry. Okay, how they are separated, how they are identified, or how they are measured. See, First, we have to bombard the sample with electrons so that ions are generated. The sample is converted, okay, ionized and fragmented to give fragment ions. All the ions produced have a positive charge. Okay, when these ions having certain kinetic energy are subjected to a magnetic field, they will be deflected to the to different degree depending upon their mass to charge ratio. Okay, now if the charge is kept constant, okay, now how the molecules get deflected or move depending upon their mass to charge ratio. Now the charge is kept constant. If the charge is kept constant, ions are deflected by angles which are inversely proportional to the square root of masses of the ions. That means alpha. If the charge is kept constant, ions are deflected by an angle which is inversely proportional to the square root of masses. That means alpha, the angle by which it is deflected, is equal to inverse of square root of masses, that is 1 upon root m. So alpha is equal to 1 upon root under root m. Okay, so if you keep the charge constant, the the ions get impinged on the slit of the detector, and those ions are detected and recorded. This is how a mass spectrometer works to measure the stable isotopes. Okay. Now, in the next presentation, we will discuss about the applications of tracer technique and radioisotopes as well as stable isotopes.